Hi everybody, it's singer and vocal coach Nancy Kelly. This video would be my first lesson, essentially, with a student. It's an overview of all the things that I am going to be teaching during the course, things that I will repeat during the different lessons, but it's basically gives you an idea of the things we're going to learn about, and some very important technical stuff that you maybe didn't even know anything about. I'm pleased to be able to share some things with you that you don't often get to hear on a YouTube video, let alone there aren't many teachers that actually delve so deeply into the technical end, the physical end of singing. So anyway, I start with something that I feel is the most important thing, and that's breathing. And so one of the points I bring up to the students is you are aware that the voice is a wind instrument. And of course we talk about what different wind instruments are. Anything that you blow over a surface that vibrates and the surface creates a sound wave, which is basically what's going on in your larynx with your vocal cords. And it's the diaphragm that's pretty much responsible for getting the air into your lungs. Do you know where your diaphragm is? Most people often point here, right here, and actually it's around here, kind of to the sides a little more. And we're going to show you a picture of that right now. So you'll see that the diaphragm is a very thin muscle. Many muscles, as you know, if the muscle is elongated and relaxed, it's usually long and thin. But when you tighten a muscle, the muscle gets round and contracted, doesn't it? So when you do this, when you breathe, so does the diaphragm. When it contracts, it wants to get a little rounder. And what happens is it hits your ribs here and it can't go that way, so it goes that way. And when it goes down in your body, when it pulls down in your body, it pulls air into your lungs, sort of like that. I use a lot of analogies and a lot of visualizations. I think they really help. One crazy visualization I like using is an upside down bicycle pump. So if you took the hose, right, and here's the plunger, and this hose, right, is your mouth maybe, and what you're doing is, and the air is going in and into your lungs. We like to talk about, I've heard so many wonderful descriptions of how to breathe well and how to breathe in a relaxed way. And one that I saw recently that I adapted to my teaching is the visual of pouring water into a glass, and it fills from the bottom up. If you can picture pulling the air to your waist and letting it continue to fill to your shoulders, very relaxed feeling, really. I have several pretty good things you could try to do to see if you're doing it right. And one that I like to do is I personally have, this is an old raincoat belt. I don't know if you have something like this, but the point is it's got to fit around your waist. So it's got to fit around your waist. Actually, not your waist. I would call it more your midriff. I mean, your waist is here. It's more up here. It's more up here. What I have people do is I have them pull the knot tight. I like pull the knot tight, and then what you're going to do is you're going to breathe. You're going to inhale, but what you want to do is hold this tight, but you want to try and undo the knot with the expanding abdomen. See it? that can help you. When you do this, you want to make sure that your shoulders and your chest plate are not moving. They have nothing to do with getting air into your lungs. Nothing. Really, nor does your mouth or your throat or your nose. You don't do anything here. You let the air be pulled through the available openings. So you're not like gulping with your mouth or anything like that. It's actually being pulled in because the muscle is pulling down in your body, and the lungs are basically a vacuum. So when it pulls down and there's a hole here, there's going to be air going into them. It's that simple. Once you get good at it, it becomes a very almost unnoticeable thing, when you're breathing correctly on stage. There's not a lot of drama. But when you first learn it, there's drama. In fact, I want everybody to overdo things. I want everybody to go past the center line of what's correct. I want you to go a little past. Because if you fall on this side, not near it, you're never going to get here. So let's go a little past. Let's kind of think things over a little bit more and bring it back to where it belongs. We sing from the center of our body. I talk about this throughout the course over and over again. We sing from the center of our body. Forget about your throat. Forget about this. In fact, I even have a phrase, dead from the neck up. I know that's not very pleasant, but the more you stop thinking about all this and keeping the tension out of here, and especially your tongue, which is another thing down the road we'll talk about quite a bit. So the other fun exercise you can do is, I'll draw you a quick picture, which I'll put up here. I like you to lay on a flat surface. I think the floor is better than a bed, although you could lay on a bed if you want. And as you'll see by the picture, your knees are up, your arms are gently down by your side, and you're going to put a book like a novel kind of book, that size. You're going to put a book right where that center, where your diaphragm area is there, where you're breathing. Put it right here on your tummy, right here. See where I have it? Now, and when you're going to inhale, what you're going to want to do is try to make that book come this way a little bit. See how it's lifting and moving? Do you see when I'm doing this that my shoulders are not moving? The book is the only thing moving. This is a wonderful exercise.